What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Thank you for following, thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Today's video and today's reading is for Capricorns for the week of December 9th through the 15th. Take what resonates, Capricorns, and leave what doesn't. This is going to be for your week, and it does not matter if you are Capricorn sun, moon, rising, or if it's anywhere in your birth chart. Just, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I use the Native Heart Healing Oracle versus Tarot. I personally just like to use oracle cards because it has a lighter vibration for those new to card readings and want the insight and the messages without feeling that they are so direct toward future outcomes and very specific to those outcomes. Okay, so how this works is Healing Oracle actually provides more of a vibration. It allows you to have an idea of what type of energy and what you want to focus on, in your daily lives, and apply it to your situations and what's going on in your realities. So again, this is more of a very vague energy reading, but it is specific to our Capricorns. I hope that even if you are not a Capricorn, that you still find interest in this video, just because we all have friends and family that are different signs. If you have a few loved ones or best friends that are Capricorns and you want to have an idea of what type of energies they're going through, or what type of feelings and vibrations that they're experiencing during this week, I would highly recommend to watch this as well. I personally find insight in watching and reading about other signs, just because we coexist with each other, we interact with each other on a regular basis, and knowing what's going on an energetic level is very important to me. And it really does help with my interactions out there in the community. So I want to thank you for those watching me today. I do have my microphone, so I'm not yelling. Not to mention that it is a little later for me to do these videos, so I'm not trying to wake anyone up or disturb anyone. So I truly hope that the microphone is going to do its justice and assist me in allowing me to lower my voice to soften my readings, and that way I don't feel that I'm yelling at you guys every single time. So I am playing Pandora again in my video, so I hope that it doesn't obstruct the audio too much, especially with the microphone being here. So if I have to, then I'll just redo the video or something, but let me know how it sounds on your end, and I'd be happy to adjust depending on your needs. All right, guys, so before I get into this, I do want to mention one more time that if you need a personal reading or interested in any of my services with Divine Geomatrix, I'd be happy to assist you in any way. If you follow me on Instagram, it's DG_crystals. I rep my gemstone crystals on there and showcase them on that social media. However, if you DM me and you have a specific need, even if it's for an oracle card reading, I'd love to assist you and meet you in any way that I can. If you prefer to contact me via email, my email is dgcrystals@gmail.com. So go ahead and message me anytime you need or want. We can just chat about what's going on. That way you feel that you can relate to, that you have someone to relate to with any situations going on in your life. And, I'd be happy to just be that lending ear, that lending hand, or even just a voice in need whenever you feel that you're stuck, okay? So thank you again, Capricorns, for being here today. I'm so happy to get into this reading. Again, this is for December 9th through the 15th. Before we really even start, I like to clear space. So I use two different forms of method with that. I burn Palo Santo. For those who are not familiar with Palo Santo, It is very similar to sage in that it clears energy, but it's just a little bit of a lighter smell for those a little more sensitive to sage. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and clear a little bit more with my Tibetan singing bowl. For my lovely viewers out there, just go ahead and breathe completely in and out and release any energy that no longer serves. Create that space in your heart, in your third eye, and in your crown chakras, just to completely dive into this message and see what resonates in your life, okay? You guys might be hearing my music over my singing bowl, but oh, there it is. Thank you, angels. Alrighty, guys. So, in the past, I have been quoting, or at least letting you guys know what my calendar has been saying for the day. Today, I did want to also include that in my reading, just because I feel like it's appropriate. This quote for today says, "Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony." And this quote is by Gandhi. So I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about that mind, body, soul balance, Caps. I think that we have a lot going on. You know, there's a lot of energy that's going around right now, and with the holiday season, I know that it can be a little stressful. But, you know, slow things down a little bit and check in with yourself every now and again and see how you're doing. You know, are you feeling overwhelmed? Is there something that you need? Just listen to yourself, and I promise you that you'll hear some messages that your body is asking you to do, whether it's, you know, oh, I want to go outside for some fresh air, or I need to drink more water, or even just, wow, this person's really stressing me out. I think I need just a few minutes to recollect my thoughts and to separate and create those boundaries so that I don't pick up so much energy from others, whether it be that person or other people in general. So just check in with yourself and make sure that, you know, all is well. Alright, guys, so again, I've done in the past a 3-card pull. I plan on doing that for you Capricorns as well. One thing I mentioned in my last video for my Sagittarians is I like to incorporate the crystals correlating to those zodiac signs, just because with my crystal business, I think that it's appropriate. For my Capricorns, your gemstone is amethyst. The complete book of astrology does not give me any more gemstones other than the amethyst. So I have my amethyst earrings on along with my pendant. This set is currently for sale. For those seeking some crystal jewelry, I do tie in my personal healing into it, and also any kind of power of intention. I personally believe that as a healer, when you bless a gemstone prior to even giving it to your customers, you're providing that intention, you're providing that healing from yourself, aside from just the healing properties that gemstone currently has. So Any Capricorns out there seeking some amethyst gemstone jewelry, I'd love to make any for you, whether it's earrings or a pendant, even bracelets, just let me know, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I shuffled the deck 3 times, but it is asking me to do it 3 more times. Spirit's asking me to do this 3 more times. So 1. Alright, angels. What message do you have for our Capricorns? What message do you have for our Caps for the week of December 9th through the 15th? Alright, guys. Current situation is stillness. This number is 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. Your second card, which is how to get through it, is Spirit of Bear. This number is 24. And if you add the 2 numbers, that is 6. This card is upside down. So usually what I've noticed is with upside down cards, it has to do with us not being there yet. So let me see if your last card is also upside down. It is not, and it's the Stargate of Orion by the number 5. So it looks like 4, 6, and 5, with the bottom of the deck being Silver Wolf, the number 13. 3 plus 1 is 4. So from my recollection of 4, again, I've mentioned in my past videos that I am new to angel numbers. I am new to symbology and numerology. And for me, the number 4 always popped up when angels were reminding me that I wasn't alone, that they were right there beside me, they're ready to help me, that I need to find that stillness, and be more in touch with my spirits. Spirit of Bear. I don't know why, but I'm getting a lot of like leaving your mark and universal guidance, oneness. I think I see a lot of intense images in here, whether it's upright or even upside down. It looks like the bear is kind of lurking in the back, trying to come through. I see for the Stargate of Orion a lot of blue in here, guys. So Capricorns, it looks like you're trying to open up your third eye and maybe even your throat chakra. So the 3 points your current situation card gives me, and this card has a lot of greens, violets, pinks. It has some water in there. I think stillness has to do a lot with like serenity and allowing yourself to just find quiet and peace. And the waters don't look very calm. They kind of look like they're not necessarily rapid, but just not still. And I think this might have to do with like finding stillness and finding quiet in a world of chaos. So 31 says, calm amidst chaos and recuperation and replenish your stores. This mandala symbolizes rest and rejuvenation, and it asks you to give yourself permission to come up for air. At any given moment, you can Access the calm, the quiet, and the sweetness that lies within you. Even amidst what can feel like a constant overflow of intensity and overstimulation, there is a place of rest and rejuvenation within. This is your place. The frog may choose to be carried away by fast-moving waters, knowing it will arrive safely to its next destination. Sometimes this fast pace is perfect. However, when it hears its body's need to be still, it can rest upon the lily pads, watching and allowing the rapid waters to rush by, knowing that this too shall pass. This mandala also presents when one feels that they are out of their depths, running out of stamina, or not knowing if they will sink or swim. The answer to your heart's question is simple. Your destination is a given. However, it is now imperative for you to sit in your stillness. Find some quiet and slow your mind. If you wish to win the race, take this interval to gather and rebuild your strength. You will be moving forward towards your heart's goals and desires soon enough. There is a difference between running on adrenaline and running on energy. Be still for now, replenish your reserves, and all will be revealed in divine time. Well, I was a little bit on point there, guys. I think we all need time to sit in stillness. We all need time to just take a deep breath for a second, But I know from experience with all of my personal Capricorns in my life that you guys are definitely go, go, go. And, I can relate as a Gemini. I'm most definitely go, go, go. But there's more to life. There's so much more to life. In the moment that we sit in our stillness, we in a sense remember who we are. We get that insight of who we are and who we want to become and what our purpose is. So being in quiet and being in stillness can be scary sometimes, but when you find that quiet and you get off that hamster wheel for a second, you start to hear yourself and your needs. And when we're in chaos and we're, so distracted by all of the outside things that we're doing, we don't get a chance to really hear our spirit and what we're really saying to ourselves on what our needs are. So, sit in silence for a little bit. Maybe stop working so hard and just take a break. It's okay. Nobody's going to fire you over a just simple break. It sounds easier said than done sometimes, but we are all entitled to check in with ourselves every now and again. So don't be afraid to do so, Capricorns. I know it's scary, but it's okay. And you're not alone. 24. So 24 equals the number 6. And from my personal experience with the number 6, I recall a lot of balancing my spirit and balancing my 3D being. So for those who don't know what I mean by that, I personally believe that I am a physical human body, but spiritually I chose this life. I chose to come down to the human form so that I can domino effect change as I awaken. And as I continue to baby step through this journey, I find myself, I've been finding my spirit, I've been finding that connection with the divine. And when we let go of that 3D life and the expectations that life has on us to be a certain type of being or to follow the checklist life has to offer, we find so much more fulfillment because we're feeding our soul versus just our exterior crevice. Excuse me. It's been happening to me lately, guys, where I want to sneeze and then it goes away. Lost my train of thought, but it's definitely super important to realize that there's so much more than just feeding our ego. And I don't mean it in a negative way, guys. We all have ego, but ego is created by all of our past traumas and tribulations that we've ever been through, and we take those fears that are formulated during those situations, and we continue to move forward with life, but they're still there, and they affect our everyday life because we tend to respond the same way because of the fear that was caused by those situations. We tend to respond the same way, and it's just, it doesn't serve your highest good. Don't get me wrong, sometimes ego does serve its purpose, but at the same time, when you're feeding your spirit, you're fulfilling yourself. You're basically allowing yourself to fill up your cup before you fill others. And on a healing level, to all of my healers out there, it's super important to remember that, because we all we want to do is give. But guys, if you don't give to yourself, how are you going to give? How are you going to heal? So just keep that in mind, because I think that balancing out your spirit and your human existence is very important, especially during this awakening process. Okay, Capricorns? So we're at 24. The 3 points it gives me, guys, is retreat, solo effort, and strength and vulnerability. The spirit of Bear Mandala brings courage and strength to those in need. It strengthens the mind and the body with the sheer power that only bear medicine can offer. However, Bear also hibernates in the cold season, reminding you to lay low and settle when needed. Bear plays a significant symbolic part in everyone's life, with the key elements of its nature shining through all. Spirit of Bear is a guardian of the great earthly plane and a keeper of many, many doorways, linking the earth with the higher planes. As such, Bear touches every soul on incarnation and throughout their lifetime. Bears embody what I like to call an iron hide, because they are undefeated in strength and power. They can endure the toughest of situations and can adapt to their environment. Likewise, Spirit of Bear has a will that cannot be broken and an existence that is of the earth. With this card, Spirit of Bear is with you. You are being reminded to draw upon the strength and courage that lives within you. Life only ever gives you with situations that you are ready for, and you are never given anything you cannot learn and grow from. Which stage of your journey are you at? One's greatest strength lies in the ability to be vulnerable. So Bear may be signaling for you to retreat to your cave and spend time in introspection. Have you already emerged from your cave with fresh insight and courage, ready to embrace your dreams? Either way, be the leader of your life. By drawing upon the rich resources of our 4 elements contained within this mandala, you will always have all that you need. Wow. So I kind of was right in a sense, but with this specific card, aside from just the number, I think it's talking about fulfilling your purpose. It's talking about hibernating, but not in the literal way of hibernating, just shelling in for a bit, and again, checking in with yourself, allowing yourself to sit in that stillness so that you can, receive those answers and clarity that you may be seeking. Amongst the chaos, we tend to allow those energies to really cloud our perception and really cloud our insight on who we are and what our soul purpose is. But when we listen and we just sit in stillness for just a quick second to recollect ourselves and our energy, the answers come a little easier for us. You know, with this specific card, it kind of talks about, you know, you will always have all that you need. It talks about Spirit of the Bear is a guardian of the great earthly plane and keeper of many, many doorways. So I think because it's upside down, it's because Capricorns, you're resisting this change. You're resisting something. I don't know what it is, but I'm definitely picking up a resistance. It's upside down because it's almost as if someone wants to find out what they're meant to do, but is a little afraid of what the outcome might be. And guys, this is already predestined. We, not all of us, but most of us believe that we chose to be here. And, you know, with that thought, that doesn't mean that we chose to be here because we're trying to feed into our 3D life. We came down here so that we can serve a purpose on the collective and on the healing of the collective. So what I've mentioned in the past is that when we when we effectively heal ourselves, we're domino affecting that change collectively in our universe. And if you think about how beautiful that is, the more change that we embrace as an individual, the more that the collective starts to embrace change as well. So think of it that way, and remember your power, Capricorns, because by choosing you, by choosing your passions, by choosing your own personal journey, you're also choosing to domino affect that collective change. So thank you for being you, and thank you for listening, and thank you for opening up, Caps. I know sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. I know that you guys can be a little stubborn and controlling, but we aren't in control when it comes down to our blueprint, and we are not in control when it comes down to situations that happen in our lives. You know, we can't control how other people act toward us or around us, but we can control how we react to that situation or we react to that person. So pay attention to that. So for the last card, which is your outcome, well, I should say second to last, because I want to also talk about Silver Wolf, which is your collective energy. So Stargate of Orion. Sorry for the glare, guys. There you go. This one has a lot of blues. Like I said, third eye, throat chakra. It says, this mandala has come to remind you of the stardust that creates your very being. The stargate within this mandala is a direct entry point to travel within the Orion constellation. Surrounding the stargate are symbols that send forth light codes to further awaken your crystalline being. This card indicates that you are an advanced innate on your path. By advanced, this mandala simply suggests that your physical self has become more of a light body. You may utilize this mandala to contact the Orion constellation through meditation. There are beings who are ready and willing to assist you in your evolution should you choose to make this journey. Finally, this mandala asks you to connect with the water elements both physically and energetically. Connect physically by swimming in natural water sources and increasing your pure water intake. On an energetic level, there is much for you to master with the water elements, so take the time to connect through the below meditation. I normally don't like to read the meditations just because I feel that my videos are already kind of long as is. But considering that this one's asking for you to focus on this, let's go ahead and kind of skim through it, and then I'll say some key points, okay? It talks about this mandala can give you very restful and deep night's sleep. You may use this mandala to consciously open yourself to the energy of the Orion constellation with the intention of communicating with the resident beings in service. Sit comfortably and place the mandala directly in front of you. This mandala will connect at a higher vibration if you place yourself by natural water or bringing a bowl of water into your meditation space. Now close your eyes, focus on the breath, feel yourself grounded on the earth you sit upon, and allow those beings wishing to communicate with you to be present. When you are ready, bring your awareness back to your body and move your hands and feet and open your eyes. Maybe go to the beach, guys. If you're in San Diego, if you are around beaches, I definitely recommend for you to go to the beach. Put your feet in the water. Don't go all the way in if you don't feel comfortable, but most definitely put your feet in the water and see what emotions you feel during that time, and see what energy you're feeling at that time. You know, when you go to somewhere in nature like that and you put yourself in like water, in natural water, running water, it could be a waterfall, it could be the beach, you are recharging in a completely different way. And it's because we are very close to those elements. We are energy, guys. And with that energy, we need to recharge that energy. So Capricorns, so far, all three of these tie in together. Let go and sit in stillness. You're not in control. Follow your dreams, but while being in that stillness, you'll also regain clarity and insight to what your purpose is and how you're meant to impact the world. With Stargate of Orion, it talks about wow guys, I'm sorry, hold on, I had it in here. So with Stargate of Orion, it just talks about yourself opening up and awakening. And I think as you meditate and as you find your life's purpose, you will regain that clarity. You'll regain that clarity on such a spiritual level that your third eye will be so open that you'll know exactly what your you'll know exactly what your purpose is here on earth. And that's so beautiful, Capricorns. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. I think it's incredible that this is going on right now, especially considering that we are very close to the new year. Let go a little bit and create some space. Open up to the divine so that you too can fulfill your purpose and you too can be walking toward that on that spiritual journey in general. You know, it's definitely one worthwhile, and you're never ever alone. And that's the best part, is when we feed our 3D being, we feel like we're alone a lot. And when we are in a spiritual awakening period, we feel our angels, we feel our guides, we hear them, we see them, and it's almost impossible not to believe that there are spirits out there and there are angels out there helping us. Because when we finally open up and we start to transform from that 3D way of being to a 5D, you're starting to be a little bit more receptive to the frequencies and energies around you. And it's exciting. That means that you again are awakening, and collectively, especially in 2020, that's going to happen a lot. And we have energies around us that as we manifest, we're manifesting so quickly that things happen, like, in a snap of a finger. So watch your thoughts and manifest what you want, not what you don't want. So check what it is that you're thinking of, check what type of energy you're feeding yourself, and make sure that it's all positive. So with that being said, the last card that I have to talk about today is the Silver Wolf. I feel like I'm whispering. Sorry guys if I am. So the 3 points it gives me is heart-mind connection, instinct, and a steadying influence. This healing mandala brings divine guidance from Silver Wolf. The beings of this planet are blessed in times that we are living and experiencing the rising energy of the divine feminine. Hold on. The Earth's underlying vibration is shifting, and what was a mental masculine world is becoming a feeling feminine world. Our feelings guide us as each person awakens to the feminine ways of being. This oracle asks you to step out of your mental process and allow your heart and your feelings to be your guide. Left to its own devices, the mind, ego, will create a world filled with self-doubt. However, when you begin to filter your thoughts through your heart space, your heart will communicate with your sacred mind and birth a union like no other. You're also being reminded to view your feelings, your inner tuition, as your master teacher. Your senses are becoming heightened, so be gentle with yourself as you create and integrate the new ways of living more intuitively. Remember, your instinct is your trusted friend and teacher as you journey in uncharted waters. Silver Wolf is at your side. Guys, that's so amazing. You have 2 animals in there. 3. You have the Silver Wolf, you have the frog, and you have the bear. I think that it's so beautiful that they're all different type of animals. They all do different type of things. They all represent different type of energy. You have your Silver Wolf, who is definitely a protector, but you can tell that it's walked this earth for a while, and it's so wise beyond their years. And I feel that they're connected very much so to the moon. And with the full moon coming, this week, I think it's time for you guys just to completely embrace that energy and just dive into what it is that the full moon has to give you. Recharge your spiritual, energies, and remember that you are most definitely a spiritual being beyond this physical human body that we use to do the healing work for us. We are here with a purpose, and it's completely beyond this 3D life. It's not just about the check boxes that we're checking off of life throughout, our years of growing. It depends on how wide our third eye starts to open and how quickly that it does, as well as following our purpose and doing what it is that brings us joy and fulfillment on a spiritual level. So what I want to leave you guys off with is an affirmation card. I use the Crystal Wisdom affirmations. They have the power and healing of not only the crystals, but the affirmation correlates with chakras. So depending on what color the gemstone is the chakra that it correlates, the affirmation correlates with. So it should tie in with your message, just to leave you off with something to think about for your week. And Capricorns, if you ever have any questions, or if you ever want to talk about one of my readings and you have, you know, something that really didn't sit right, or you want a little more insight, I'd be happy to assist you. And if you want a personal reading, go ahead and either email me or DM me, and I'd be happy to you know, move forward with that as well. Please provide me with the affirmation for the week of December 9th through the 15th for our Capricorns. Looks like clear quartz. Yep, clear quartz. Clarity. I have clarity in all aspects of my life. Guys, that's so beautiful. I think you guys got so many beautiful messages in this. I really hope that you guys found some insight in all of these cards. I truly hope that you guys find some type of full moon ritual to get into. Maybe look for like a meetup group and see, you know, if you can do something in celebrating the full moon. Make sure that you find stillness and silence to meditate, or just to recollect your energy, okay? I really hope you Capricorns have a great week. You know, Christmas is around the corner, so make sure you stay good. That way you can get your gifts. Once the new year starts, then hey, who's to say you can't get into some trouble? But be good until the end of the month at least. And for this week, all that I ask is to recharge yourself and to tap into that spiritual being of yours, because it's a lot more beautiful and worthwhile than you think. So I hope you have a great week, and let me know if I can help you in any way possible. Peace, love, and namaste always.